Hello everyone. In this video, I will explain idioms and figurative language, analyze several idioms, discuss a conceptual metaphor, and reflect on how to teach idioms effectively to EFL learners. First, what is an idiom? An idiom is a fixed multi-word expression whose meaning cannot be understood by interpreting the literal meaning of each individual word. In other words, the literal meaning is different from the figurative meaning. For example, in the idiom spill the beans, the literal meaning would be to drop beans off the floor. However, the figurative meaning is to reveal a secret. Now, what is the figurative language? Figurative language refers to the use of words or expression with a meaning that is different from their literal interpretation. It includes metaphors, similes, idioms, hyperbole, and personification. Figurative language often involves connotation, which refers to the emotional or cultural association connected to a word beyond its dictionary definition. From a cognitive perspective, idioms are connected to conceptual metaphors, which are mental frameworks that shape how we understand abstract ideas through more concrete experience. 2. Idiom analyze. Now, I will analyze 4 idioms in detail. Number 1. Break the ice. The literal meaning will be to physically break ice, like on a frozen lake. It is typically the figurative meaning is to reduce tension in a social situation, especially when people meet for the first time. It is typically used in contexts such as meetings, classes, or social gatherings. For example, a teacher may tell a joke to break the ice in the first day of class. The connotation is positive. It suggests friendliness, comfort, and social connection. 2. Hate the books. The literal meaning will be to physically strict books. However, the figurative meaning is to study seriously. It is a commonly used in academic context, especially before exam. For example, I have a test tomorrow, so I need to hit the books tonight. The connotation is associated with effort, discipline, and academic responsibility. Under the weather. Under the weather. The literal meaning suggests being physically beneath the water. The figurative meaning is to feel sick or unwell. It is typically used in informal conversation. For example, I can't go to work today because I'm feeling under the weather. The connotation is mild and soft. It sounds less dramatic than saying I am very sick. Spill the beans. The literal meaning is to drop beans accidentally. The figurative meaning is to reveal a secret, usually unintentionally. It is the use in informal context. For example, she spilled the beans about the surprise party. The connotation can be slight Negative because it implies a mistake or loss of confidentiality. Concept, conceptual metaphor. Now, I will explain why one conceptual metaphor. Time is money. This metaphor conceptualizes time is a valuable economic resource. That is why we use expressions like waste time, save time, invest time, or spend time. The conceptual metaphor shapes how people think about productivity and efficiency. In many cultures, especially Western societies, time is treated as something limited and economically valuable. This shows how language reflects deeper cognitive structures and cultures' values. Teaching reflection. Finally, who would teach idioms effectively to ELL learners? First, I will avoid teaching idioms in isolation. Instead, I will teach them in context using dialogues, short history, or real life situations. Second, I will explain both the literal and figurative meaning to help students notice the semantic contrasts. Third, I will use visual aids and conceptual metaphors to help study understand the cognitive motivation behind idioms. I will also encourage students to create their own example and role plays. This promotes communicate competence and deeper semantic processing. Finally, I will teach idioms gradually, focusing on high frequency expression that learners are likely to encounter in authentic communication. In conclusion, idioms are not random expression. They are meaningful linguistic units connected to culture, cognition, and conceptual metaphor. Thank you.